Welcome back to Plant-Based 411. Good to have you here this morning. So, I'm going to do a long video and just kind of this morning I'll be juicing several different types of juices, I think. Unless I decided last minute not to. First thing I do every morning is I get a jug of water. This one is distilled. I did not distill this water. And I'm going to write my name on it. Like so. And I'm going to put today's date. That way I know that I'm to finish this water minimally. I try to get in 2 gallons a day. I'd say the first goal is definitely to get that first gallon. And if you can get that second gallon in, go for it. You want to get all the inflammation out of your body. You want your body to detox from all of the horrible things you've eaten throughout your lifetime. And in that process, it can take years. And we're all constantly being exposed to toxins anyway. So, getting out is the best thing. Alright, so with the food that you see here, you got, if you've seen any of my previous videos, you kind of know what's going on. This melon, it's from Amish country, $4. You buy something like this in a store, it's like that size, and it doesn't have that much meat in it. It's really disappointing. Okay, so these peaches were 89 cents yesterday at a store called Kroger's, and I bought right around 40. No, these weren't yesterday. These were the day before, and I bought 20 pounds of those. It's the grapes I bought about 40 pounds of. These were 89 cents a pound. The peaches were actually 99. But anyway, grapes. If I bought 40 pounds of them, you know I'm going to be eating lots of grapes. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and snack on some grapes while I'm juicing. And the black ones. These are definitely my favorite. Oh my god. If I start snacking too much, probably won't get to the juicing. I mean, I'll get to the juicing, but yeah. Anyway, let's see here. So I'm gonna make this a long video, so you can just come in the morning with me if you'd like, as I'm juicing. Darlene might edit this, so an hour and a half video might turn to 2 minutes, just kidding. So a gallon of water, highly suggest that you do that every morning without fail, and keep it in the gallon if you can. You might be the only person with a gallon of water that carries around a gallon of water. You're also the only person that is drinking the highest quality water that you can, besides for getting it from a distiller in your home, or drinking well water. I'm not sure if we uploaded that video. I'm going to that spring. Beautiful spring. I do want to get, I do want you to see this book. I did mention this to you in a prior video, and what it does, this one right here has tons of good information. This is the one I would back the most. They really come out, at this time at least, for sure. I'm going to make sure you can see it. Let's see. Yep, that is it. So, the Hallelujah Diet, George Malcolmus. No, I'm not getting paid to advertise this. I don't get enough views to get paid to advertise that. Not yet, at least. Also, on a side note, well, yeah, okay, so the Hallelujah Diet, I've seen it absolutely well. That amount of other information really transformed the way Darlene perceives food, and just the basics around why you should eat living food versus processed food and its relationship with the Bible in that book. So this right here is just something I keep notes in. I highly suggest everyone get one of these. If you're interested in plant-based, and the odds are is that you're at least a little bit interested if you're watching this video. You want to put every recipe and every idea that you can, all the teachers, just a couple names, Michael Greger, Johnny McDougall, just so many of them. You want to make sure that you go back, you want to listen to the videos over and over and over and over again so you can unlearn and relearn what you've been told over and over again. And what you've been told has actually been by usually media and also just from passed down information, and passed down information is usually wrong. So, yeah, it's just totally wrong. So, and they don't mean to pass down wrong information, but they were told bad information, so there you go. Okay, so these tomatoes that were left over, those are tomatoes. I bought 25 pounds of those tomatoes in Amish country for $15. Those tomatoes, I cannot believe that they're still good. They've been here for at least 3 or 4 weeks. So it's amazing how real food lasts for a long time. Again, these peaches last about 2 weeks, 2 good weeks. And the sale on peaches comes about every 3 weeks, sometimes 4. But when they come, when the sale is on, that's when I go and I buy them out. All right, let's see here. Okay, so with the peaches, I didn't go over this yesterday. So the peaches, let me start over. Okay, so you got a peach, cut it down the middle, right to the seed. There you go. And you're more careful than I was, okay? So when you got it, you're gonna turn it like that, okay? Never do what I just did, because you might get cut. That would have been very sad if I'd gotten cut, at least for me. Might have been good entertainment though. Okay, after I split in half and pulled the nut out, I go ahead and tear it. Go into 2 there. Okay, so you can see that making peach juice, one of my favorite juices, can be very quick, but do it very slowly on the cut. Obviously, I should have taken that advice. Okay, so Brownie and Marley are outside playing. Oh yeah, I wanted to show y'all a couple of things here in a minute. I'm gonna, okay, so my blood pressure, the systolic, at one point used to be pretty high. It was about 110, something like that. And your blood pressure is going to eventually get really high. I mean, odds are, if you are eating a lot of processed food, or if you're eating meat, especially dairy. Dairy is liquid meats, as they say. So if you want high blood pressure, keep dairy in your diet. If you want high blood pressure, keep meat in your diet. If you want high blood pressure, keep processed foods in your diet. Cut out the salt. Eat real food. I mean, it's not rocket science. If it doesn't interest you, I don't care. It should interest you. It confuses me. You know, I mean, if you want to be healthy, there's no magic pill. There's no bottle of pills you can shake and take one and just eat anything you want to that's full of fat and full of cholesterol. It doesn't work that way. And you know, I mean, and it is what it is. You know, why can't you just eat a banana? I mean, and peach juice and tomato juice. I guess I'm talking to specific people out there that come to mind, and I probably shouldn't share that kind of thing. But you know, it's kind of like, I was talking to somebody yesterday, an avocado. And I said, eat lots of avocados. And they were like, well, what do you put on the avocado? And I'm like, nothing. You don't put anything on the avocado. Matter of fact, I need to eat these avocados. Actually, I need to, you know what? I'm just going to take a little moment here. All right, so just to recap on the avocados, here are the bags. That's going to make them be ready within a day or two. I just went into my crisper. In my crisper, I try to keep 20 avocados. It's not hard to keep 20 avocados if you intentionally do it. Depending on where you live, I mean, the prices are completely different. I've covered that in other videos. Around here, you just don't have avocados if you don't want them. I mean, in other words, they're very affordable. Less than $1 a piece in some places. So, you know, I'd say everybody can afford avocados. Pretty much. 99.9% of the people, maybe. Alright, so let's go ahead and finish these peaches. One other thing to note is that for the amount of juices you do, you will need to clean the juicer that many times, but it really doesn't take that long a time. At first, it seems like it takes a long time to clean the juicer. Like that's going to be, you know, a thing. It's going to be inconvenient, but no, it's not. It's only a mental. You just have to get through the mental portion. It's kind of like working out. Like if you want to do crunches every morning and for some reason there's a voice in you saying, I don't feel like doing crunches. You just have to force yourself to lay on the ground and do crunches. Maybe I could sleep a little bit more. Force yourself to get up. Once you're up, you're good to go. It's that voice inside of you. It's that lazy voice inside of you. That's what it is. It's a lazy voice. And the lazy voice inside of you stops you from being where you want to be. It stops all of us. We're all afraid of failure. And you know, we're even so afraid of failure, we don't even try. That's the big one. So afraid of failure, we don't try. And that's just sad. And this is a lot of peaches. This looks absolutely gorgeous. I'm pretty sure you can see that. Let me take a look at the angle on the camera. Oh yeah. Y'all can see me acting goofy. All right. So yeah, this is gonna taste really good. I finished our peaches from yesterday. For some reason, I thought I was drinking carrot, and after a few swigs, I mean, obviously I knew I was drinking peaches, but man, talk about an energy burst. Peaches are gonna give you that energy burst. Pre-workout, when you wake up in the morning, whatever the case is. You know what, speaking of it, I've drank peach juice but no water. So let's go ahead and drink some of that water. This is my water. You saw me mark it. Why do grocery stores just not sell distilled water in gallon jugs? Because most people don't care about health. And if they do care about health, they don't do enough research on it to know what they're drinking. So they're going to drink water that's like $4 for a gallon to be like $8 or more, because they don't know what they're doing. I mean, that's the long and the short of it. Part of the reason why I did that just there is that I hear this all the time. A gallon of water is too much for me to drink in a day. That's going to be too hard. Who are you kidding? I mean, come on. It's a gallon of water. Just look how much of that gallon of water I just drank. You can drink your soda. You can drink two 40-ounce sodas. And there's 126 ounces in a gallon. What you're basically saying is that you can drink something with corn syrup in it. I mean, that's cool too, but, and I'm not saying corn syrup's bad for you. Definitely not saying that. What I am saying is that drinking corn syrup with a diet that's not aligned with, that's not plant-based, yeah, that can be really bad. Because when you look at processed sugars or corn syrup, they do feed cancer. They feed a lot of illnesses. Once you get your body into a plant-based lifestyle and your body isn't at the state where diseases are going to grow and flourish, and you're eating all plant-based, yeah, I mean, what's corn syrup going to feed? There's not going to be anything. It's not going to be, cancer can't ruin your body, and your blood pressure is going to be great. You're not going to be a diabetic, that's for sure. Again, everything that I say is not advice, health advice or whatever. But if you take a look at the stats, you'll see I'm 100% correct. And 99.9% of all people should not have high blood pressure if they don't want to, nor diabetes. It's all a choice. And can be considered a smart choice. It's, you know, the real choice in life is happiness. And if you're happy, that's the key. You know, it doesn't, you know, I mean, me personally, I used to have a lot of pain in my body, in my knee, in my sciatic, in my shoulders. When I'd lay in bed, I'd lay on my left or my right shoulder, it'd kill me. My arms would go numb. Supposed to have surgery on my knee when I was like 20. Never had the surgery. I rode a bike to build it up. And you know, as long as I eat a diet, I keep all the inflammation out of my body, just like everybody. You know, your back, if your back hurts, you can pretty much say goodbye to back pain. The swelling that you have in your body, the pains, wherever you feel pain, the food is feeding. Well, your body's inflamed, and inflammation, it's kind of like arthritis. What is arthritis? Arthritis is inflammation. What is inflammation caused by? Inflammation is caused by the dairy you eat. Get rid of your dairy immediately. Throw it out. Throw the poison out of your fridge. Throw it out. Everything with dairy. Then you got your meat causing the inflammation. Throw it out. Remember, there's no reason to eat meat. The only thing that it does is it kills you. I mean, quite literally. In my humble opinion, I'm not saying that it does really. Yeah, I know. No. What I'm saying is that I wouldn't eat meat. The reason why is because, again, and I discussed this in another video, meat is, picture anything, I don't know, anything that's alive. All it is a fat blob, which is, an animal, and it's a flat blob with cholesterol. Now, how are you going to sell that? How are you going to sell that to somebody? Unless they're just dying, and they have no fruits or vegetables or nuts or seeds or legumes, which is our ideal diet. Well, you'd make up something. And you'd make up the word protein. Well, all the word protein means is that the animal ate the same foods you did. Maybe they ate grass, we're not going to eat grass, but they eat the lettuce and such that we can eat to get the protein that we need. We can get all the protein that we need in rice. So the whole thing is a scam. And the word protein is a scam. And the word, for some reason, because you repeat it so many times, it's kind of reminds me of that Hitler stuff, where you repeat it, you repeat it, you repeat it, you repeat it. It's just like the media. They try to brainwash us with so many things. I haven't watched the news, I don't know, over 2 years. Just because it's so toxic, And there's no real truth found in the news. Even their estimates on if it's going to rain. I mean, that has to do with the percentage it's going to rain in a certain state or area, and then it's in Tennessee, it's at least multiplied by the percentage that the forecaster thinks it might. So the whole thing is a wild, crazy guess. In other words, if it says 10% of rain, take an umbrella with you, because it's not accurate. 10% could be a 50%, could technically be her. But. Okay, so as you see, I'm standing here, I'm supposed to be juicing, but we're just hanging out this morning. And I'm close to half done. Now, how does a person, I can't drink a gallon a day. Well, how long have I been talking for? How long have you and I been visiting? Yeah, not that long. The dogs are still outside. They're having fun this morning. It is a pretty morning. I got to get out there and get some vitamin D. And that's another thing. When you start eating healthy, you're going to want to get out there and get your vitamin D, because you're going to do everything that's healthy. And once you find out how good the body feels out there, how much energy you get when you're in that sun, how revitalized you get, that's something that no one tells you about, because they can't put it in a bottle and sell it to you. Now, what they can do, you see, here's the thing. This is like on a whole different topic, but I'll just go ahead and go there. You're outside in the sun, and somebody wonders how they can sell something to you. Well, obviously, if you're going to be eating, if you eat a plant-based diet, your body's going to be healthy, and it's going to be able to fight off anything that happens to your skin when you're in the sun. As far as your body repairs itself. Who you are today, what you eat today, is who you are tomorrow. 3 million cells replace their cells. So, when you go out in the sun, if you put in real energy, into your body. This is real energy. Your body can actually take it in and use it, okay? If you put in, I don't think I have anything that's dead in the house. Yeah, I do. I've got this. This is for the dogs. Yep. This. So, this is not going to help you. Dogs have a very acidic stomach. They're designed. They can cut down this stuff. Let me read it to you. Peanuts, that's good. Sugar, not good. Not good at all. That's processed sugar. You can eat all of this sugar you want to. This sugar heals. This sugar does not heal. Then you got palm oil. See, okay. In a later video, I'm going to show you how to make peanut butter from just peanuts. And I love it. Haven't made it in a while. I told a friend about it. She said she's going to make some. So, but I'll make it for you. Palm oil. No. Peanuts have natural oils in them. And if you make peanut butter with the peanuts, you're not adding any extra oil. So it's still in its original state, With this, adding palm oil in here, basically what you're doing is you're taking something, either cold pressing it or heat pressing it or whatever the case is, and you're just dumping oil into your artery. It's not, no. Then of course you got salt, but it's that palm oil. No sir. Palm oil is not good for the environment either. Again, I got it for my dogs. I'm not perfect. They perfectly love it though, so there you go. Oh yeah, I got off on a tangent about peanut butter or whatever. Okay, so as I was saying, real foods, fake foods. So when you go outside, your body can heal itself. You don't have to worry about skin cancer and such. You don't have to worry about that because you're putting vitamins and nutrients big time into your body, so your body's able to protect itself. Our Creator designed us so that we're not going to get diseases. We're not going to get sick. What we're going to get sick from is factory farm meat, animals, your beef, your poultry. Oh geez, that cheese, a cow. I don't, again, I don't want to go on a big tirade, but drinking the milk of another species, it makes no sense. It only makes sense because everybody else says it makes sense and everybody else is drinking it. Your elitists, not really, are drinking almond oil. It's only because they're thinking for themselves and they know what's going to happen. They know that there's casein in milk that's a lot higher than in humans, and we're not babies, otherwise we'd be drinking human milk, and we're not supposed to drink human milk unless we're a baby. So you got the casein, and then when you go to the cheeses, you got 5 times the amount of casein. What's casein do? Cause cancer. So if you want cancer, keep drinking your milk. Keep eating your cheeses, keep eating your cheeses, keep eating your cheeses. I know I used to, a long time I drank cheese and wine. I was very sick. And I was very overweight, and I had high blood pressure, and I felt, I actually, like I'd go to a horse race, I don't know, I just remember in my mind, I thought, wow, I'm an elitist. I'm sitting here, and I'm drinking my wine, I'm eating my cheese, and yeah, life is good. And really, those around me had high blood pressure, type 2 diabetic, they had a handful of pills. Most people, I would say 90% of them were sick. And you really had to know somebody to find out their closet illnesses, if one might say, because nobody's going to walk around and say, hey, I have this, I have this. I got to be careful eating that. Anyway, getting back to the sun, when you're outside in the sun, they try to sell you suntan lotion. Suntan lotion causes what? Look at any bottle. Cancer. Suntan lotion. It can help you. You can also rub dirt on yourself, and that will keep the sun from being able to hit you. You stick with real food, you don't have to worry about anything. You want entertainment, you want to eat trash, you want to eat trashy food, unhealthy food. You're going to have an unhealthy life on many different levels. I would almost want to say that the person that's selling you the food, they sell you the food to get you sick so they can sell you suntan lotion, which in theory, you can see where they have a market for it, but it can also cause cancer. Yeah, just be very careful. We have one body, we have one temple. Treat your body, treat your temple like it's the only one that you'll have. Wait a minute, it is, isn't it? So, either you're going to put a very high priority on trying to have a very healthy temple, or you're going to put a very high priority on having instant gratifications. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna go and get to juicing because I've been rambling. My apologies about that. So, let me check on something. Very good. I hope you got something out of my talking I did. Okay. What we're gonna do is we're gonna start with the tomatoes. If you're watching this on TV or what, or you might want to turn your volume down. This big bowl of tomatoes. You know a tomato is healthy for you. Is now in here. Drinking those is so much easier and quicker. Our goal while juicing every day, and it should be our goal juicing for really the first year. Major detoxes happen within the first 30 days. We see a big transformation. We see a ton of inflammation leaving the body. Detox is, I mean, if you've been eating an unhealthy diet, and I touched on detox earlier, but if you've been eating an unhealthy diet, that's what you need to do. You need to detox. You're going to be detoxing not just for the next 6 months, not just for the next 9 months, not just for the next year. You'll be a new person in 90 days. In 60 days, you will wonder if you can feel any better than you do. Now, mind you, you might be able to know that you can on the scale. I tell everybody, don't go by the scale. Do not go by the scale. When you weigh yourself, now do weigh yourself for just means of keeping up with it, so you can get to know your body. You can lose 3 pounds like that in a day, and with inflammation, you working out, you can gain a pound or 2 or 4. So look long term, span out. It's kind of like, I use this as an example, cryptocurrency. You don't look at the day-to-day activity. You don't even look at the month-to-month. You're going to look at the year, maybe 4 years in that case. Speaking of crypto, I do like cryptocurrency. Okay. This is what your tomatoes look like afterwards. This is what the body you didn't have to put in your body. It didn't have to rip the tomato apart to get the healthy juice that's inside the tomato. You just get to enjoy the benefit of drinking tomato juice, which you can acquire a taste for. It's for you to drink and get healthy. You're not drinking it because it tastes like a piece of pizza. No. You're drinking it because you're sick. You're drinking it because you don't want to, It's a whole change of the mind. And you either want to change your mind, or it doesn't interest you. I'm sorry. If it doesn't interest you, then don't do it. Nobody cares. The only one that has to live with you, well, if you're married, but I mean, your health does affect other people. I mean, to an extent. I was talking to a lady the other day. She was 48. And she was on no medications. I was shocked. She ate, she was telling me though that she was going to start eating a lot healthier because even though the doctor said she didn't have anything, which are probably not picking it up, she said she had pain. So that means she has inflammation. So she's going to start eating a little bit healthier, which is good. Now somebody her age, on average, should be on over 4 medications. Now remember, medications don't cure you. Medications only treat the symptoms. What juicing does, juicing gets in your body and it cleans you out at a cellular level. Lots of water and juicing. It is hilarious though. You have the food pyramid. With the food pyramid that people have been brainwashed with, which is total craziness. But I don't even remember what's in the food pyramid. I dismissed that so many years ago. But it's not. It's just because I just want to have a discussion on it. And the reason why is, come on, I think it's got bread. Who knows what's in bread? And here's the thing, gluten is so poisonous. And what's in your bread? I mean, what makes it shiny? Unless you're getting bread locally, and then does it have gluten? You gotta ask that. You gotta ask what kind of flour is in it. Am I saying not to eat bread? No, I'm not saying not to eat bread. I think a 15% processed plant-based diet is wonderful, and that's the book that I showed you in there. But I would be making my own bread. I wouldn't be buying it. There's no way. You do not know what's in there. Okay, and then you got bread, you got cheese. We covered that earlier. Casein, cancer, it's shown to be. Meat, mostly what you're eating with meat is processed, even if you're not. Processed is just worse. Type 1 carcinogen per the World Health Organization, in the same place as smoking. You just have to ask yourself if in other words, don't go by don't go by the plant-based pyramid. And my point earlier was, and I was trying to get to this, but when you come on this diet, and people are wondering, how can I get that balance? Well, the balance that they've had is completely 100% wrong. So anything you've been told is incorrect. What your body needs is, if you're religious, look at Genesis 1:29. That's it. That's it. And, if you're a Christian and you go to there, read on it. Genesis 1:29, that's it. The ideal diet. The whole world was created. Why? What were we told to eat? What's supposed to be our meat? You can do anything you want to in this life. You can. Some of them do have repercussions, of course, but, it's, what's the ideal diet? The first one. Second one, after Noah, after the world was flooded, that's not the ideal diet, folks. Now the Jews use that verse to be able to I think it's Genesis 9, chapter 3. The one about, it was after the flood with Noah. And he says, yeah, you can eat animal flesh or whatever. You can, and it's ideal. Or two different things, completely. Different sides of the spectrum. It's like, you can eat vegetables, but you can also eat stuff that you put, that's a yoga mat that they put in bread, like Subway was doing. I mean, you can eat anything. Is it healthy for you? Is it the ideal diet? That's what you have to look at. Which one's healing people? Which one's making them sick? They can survive on it. If you look at how a human is designed, you'll find we're not designed to ideally eat meat and dairy. Definitely not gluten. Okay, I'm turning this on. You might want to lower your TV or what have you. You see how thick that is? It's just phenomenal. Candy coming out. About 4 pieces, give or take. All right. So far, we've opened the water. You've watched me drink a little bit of that. About to drink a little bit more. Remember, 1.5 pints. That's the size of the jar. These jars, I love these things, these white tops. Really, really nice. This one right here, not so much. I actually bought honey in this. You can tell by the $16 dealio. But it's nice being able to reuse them. I also love buying jars from the Amish. Okay, alright, let's see here. There it is. There's our peaches. Right there. Actually, I think I did 10 peaches today. So I should have done another one, but anyway, I've got to done a few more. Anyway, this is 3.5 pints. Pretty cool. I appreciate appreciate you all coming to hang out with me this morning. I think I'll do this every morning. You know, just a little update on, I mean, obviously I'm going to ramble, and hopefully you can pick up some information. If you would share with me information that you'd like to share with other people, that'd be really good. If you'd like to, I'll mention you in the video. You know, I got to tell you, black grapes, yeah, absolutely. Oh my gosh, I love black grape. You know, I haven't been trying. You know, I want to drink the peaches, right? So I'm gonna try a little sip of this. I gotta tell you, I've already had some this morning. This morning's was cold. This is warm. It's not warm. Tastes really good though. You know, just another piece of information you might want to know. There was a time when I wanted the house on 65 degrees. Now I want it on 75 to 78 degrees. So, and that happened within like not a very long time. It was like actually I started getting healthy. So, and here's a tomato. The tomato is delicious. The tomato is an acquired taste. Unless you just love tomato. You can, I've added jalapenos in there. I've added lots of different combinations. I will be heading out the door here.